All right, we all the way in off-season mode. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's time to start shifting our focus to some of these draft prospects, man. Who are some of the guys that we could potentially be targeting in that first or second round, man, and specifically some of the position groups as well, man. So, yeah, with that being the case, man, we're going to talk about these wide receivers because y'all have heard what I've been on this offseason. I want a playmaker. If we go free agency to do it, that's fine. But if not, I want a guy. I want a wide receiver early in this thing, all right? So hit that like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. First guy I got to talk about, and I hope I don't butcher his name, but it's Tataroa McMillan, a.k.a. T-Mac. The dude can flat out ball. I mean, let's be real. To me, man, he gives me that mix of a Keenan Allen and Mike Evans type with that big frame, man. Was it 6'4", 6'5"? But look at the dude, man. He could get in and out of his breaks extremely well. I love the fact that he's a natural hands catcher also. I mean, you're talking about a guy that shouldn't be able to move this fast, shouldn't be able to drop his center of gravity like this, but also be able to leap. And you can see him run by some people as well, man. Like, this is one of those guys that when you put him in the slot, you watch how he was able to take advantage of some of these linebackers, man, in the Tampa 2 element. As West Virginia about that one. But that's what this dude is right here, man. He is a quarterback-friendly guy. I mean, you see how you could just put it up there, too. Put it up there. He's going to make you right, man. I like this dude a lot, man. Obviously, we know a lot of people are going to like him a lot as well. But, yeah, shout out to T-Mac. Shout out to T-Mac. Dude could play, man. All right, now this next guy, Matthew Golden out of Texas. I like him. I like his tape, man. I think that, he's listed at 6 foot, but I think he plays bigger than that, man. When you watch his catch radius, you watch how he goes up and gets the ball. I like that he's a guy that attacks the football in the air as well, man. When you're talking about guys that play down the grass, you want to see those guys going up and being playmakers, not waiting for the football, going and getting it. But he also is a guy that, man, he makes a ton of combat catches. I think that his hand-eye coordination and ultimately his just details with the catching fundamentals, I think shows up a lot, man. And, for him, man, playing at Texas, we obviously know who he had at quarterback. Both of them dudes at quarterback. But to me, I thought he was one of those guys that really elevated the first quarterback, if we're going to be real. All right, shout out to Matthew Golden, man. But I like this kid, man. Like I said, man, good speed. I mean, he played at Texas, so he's a good athlete. I think that's the one part that does stand out. But I like his details, man. I like the way he catches the football, man. I like the way that he gets it down the grass. So definitely one of those guys, man, that I will be digging into a little bit more in terms of just, to see, how we feel all the way about him. But early on, that's somebody that I could see us definitely targeting in that first round, man. All right, next guy that still is going to be considering in that first round, at least from my perspective, Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver out of Ohio State, man. This is one of them dudes. He creates a ton of separation. Now, some of it was scheme related, but the other stuff, you just watch him running away from guys, man. I like his body control. I like the way that he gets in and out of his breaks. I think he is a very natural hands catcher as well. And those are the things that you want to see. I like his overall effort. I feel like he's a dog, but at the same time, we know the reason, he isn't as talked about as much because of who he was playing opposite of, man. That's the one. But in terms of Emeka, though, man, I think that this dude took advantage of the opportunities that he got. I like also how they would play him in the slot and how he would really carve up the middle of these fields, man, turn some of these linebackers trying to run with him. That's the mismatch, man, that he was thriving on, man. But I definitely like what he brings to the table in terms of how he can catch the football, in terms of how he creates separation. I mean, you watch him. A lot of his clips, he's wide open, right? It's 2-3 yards separation, man. That's high level right there. But I do feel like it's more so due to the details that he has along with his athleticism. When you talk about a guy that can get in and out of the breaks, but also is fast and has that body control like how he does, it's going to have you being one of those guys that we definitely considering, man. So shout out to him, man. I definitely like him a lot, man. So we're going to have to watch more tape on this kid right here. Now, this next guy I got to talk about, Luther Burden III out of Mizzou. Man, you talk about short area quickness. Holy smokes, just watch how he makes these guys miss, all within a close proximity, man. This is the type of dude, man, very different than the guy we were just talking about, right, in terms of T-Mac. T-Mac's the big body guy. This is that short, quick, 5'11", but he can get after it and go. Gives me a little bit of those Jamar Chase vibes, especially when you're talking about the run after catch ability. the dude, when he gets the ball in his hands, man, he is attacking these defenses and making them feel that pressure of trying to tackle him, man. I love his yards at the contact. I love, or it turns yards at the catch. I love all that stuff that he brings to the table, man. So definitely one of those dudes that I could see working with us, and I think could be an even nicer compliment to a GP. We know GP's the big body down the grass guy, but sometimes you need that other guy that can give you the route run. It can give you that quick win. And Luther Burden definitely gives me those vibes, man. I like that a lot, man. I like him a lot. Now, it's a little bit smaller, right? On the smaller side. But when you're playing that fast, baby, who cares? Who cares? All right, now, the last guy that, like I said, for me, I think is that cutoff between the guys that we were really considering that first round at the wide receiver position is Alec Ayamaner. When you talk about Alec, to me, I like more of 2023 than 2024. But at the same time, the reason why I like 2023 was because I got a chance to see him go head to head against Travis Hunter. And yeah, it got gory. Whew, I'll never forget that one. Shout out to Alec Ayamaner, man. When you talk about this dude, 6'2", 210, big body wide receiver, man. Strong hands, man. His ability to go up and win those 50-50 balls, those combat catch situations, he wins them routinely. But he also is a guy that I think is a silky smooth route runner, man. Honestly, the more I watch him, I get Amari Cooper vibes from him. Now, obviously, I think Cooper's more explosive with the ball in his hands and his run after the catch. And obviously, we know Amari Cooper in terms of just his route running and stuff like that was like high end. But to me, Alec puts me in more of that type of frame when I'm just watching how he plays his game. Now, obviously, man, with Stanford, their quarterback situation wasn't the best. So a lot of his stuff is more of the short to intermediate variety versus, him being able to cook you consistently down the grass. That's why I like 23, because I got a chance to see a little bit more of that. But to me, though, man, when I'm watching Alec, man, I could definitely see where he could be a nice complementary piece. If you want to go with the big body receivers opposite of GP, you want to have a guy that can block for you, but also a guy that you can put it up there in the air and he's going to win, but he also has run after ability, man. I think that Alec is that type of guy. So, like I said, he is probably the last guy, though, like I said, man, that I would consider, for that first round at wide receiver, but definitely like what I saw from him on tape. You guys let me know how y'all feel about those guys I named, though, and if there's anybody at wide receiver that I didn't name that you think could tap into that first round with us as well, man. But like I said, it's gonna be a good one this year, man. We got a good offseason plan, man. Like I said, when we're gonna spin the block, man, obviously talk about those second round type talents as well, man. But in the comment section, like I said, let me know who you like at wide receiver in that first round, and we'll do another video, maybe talking some defensive linemen. Oh, hey now. But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in, and until next time, baby. Peace.